G'day folks, this evening I've just snuck down the river for a twilight surface fishing session targeting Murray cod. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now in case you're wondering why I'm wearing a collared shirt, that's because I've just come out of a meeting with the Make-A-Wish Foundation where I'm a volunteer. We've got a sausage sizzle coming up at Bunnings in Wangaratta very soon. Stay tuned for more information on that. All I've got with me tonight is a tackle box, my fishing rod, and that's it. All my fish grips and my pliers in my pocket, and that's it. Travelling light because I've only got an hour or so. Let's go and make the most of that hour and see if we can catch a surface feeding Murray cod. I'm still using my right hand wind here, my old Abu reel with my NS1's rod, because my diver to Trula is still away at diver getting serviced. I've got the baby Bidjawong. This is the Barrambar lures, surface lure that came in my last Murray cod tackle club box. That's what I'm starting with. I've just now realised that I totally forgot to set my video tonight to unlisted, to scheduled so that it would publish at 7 o'clock. And I didn't bring my phone with me because I knew I was going to be getting... Oh, that's a little boof. What's that, a boof? A real small little boof. It was only a very small fish. Oh, the sun hasn't even set off the treetops. I was just going to say, I've just realised normally if I'm going to be away from my phone, I'll set my YouTube videos to unlisted so that to scheduled so that they publish at 7 o'clock, and I totally forgot. And I'm not going to be back at my phone until probably 8:30. Will he come back? I bet if I put a diver or something on and cast it over there now, I'd catch that fish. Oh, we just did it again. He's not a very big fish. You watch this, I'm going to put on a diving lure. He's not a big fish, so I put on a small diver, and I bet I catch that fish on the first cast. Now I know this is cheating a little bit. I've come down here for a surface fishing session, and here I am with a diving lure. I've gone the medium-sized one well lunch. He's not a big fish. I stuffed the cast up straight away because it's so much lighter than the lure I was just casting. He's not a big fish, so I reckon he'll hit this. That's perfect. I'll get him with his cast. Got him. Oh, bugger, he hit it. He hit it and I missed the hook up. He probably won't come back for anything now. Bugger it. I think I blew it. Got him. He came back. Took a few casts. He's very small as I thought. What, a little Murray cod or a trout cod? He's actually not even hooked in the mouth. I might try and get a bit of release footage here. He's hooked. He's sort of foul hooked a bit here. I've got to be a bit careful I don't end up with a hook in me. I'll unhook him and I'll get a bit of release footage while we've still got a bit of light. He came back after a couple of casts and he took the one well lunch. You can see he's a bit stressed, but he's... Well, that happened quicker than expected. The sun's still out on the trees. You ripper. That's good. Good. Makes me happy. That release footage looks a bit silly because I'm washing my hand like that under the water, and as the fish are swimming away you can see my hand waving around, but I might just have another cast with this diving lure over into that corner. It just looks like too nice a spot not to flick a line into. I didn't get any love there before with my surface lure, but still worth another try, I reckon. Got him! Look at the size of him! I was miles away, I was talking to myself and I've caught another trout cod. Look at the size of that! That's tiny! Wow, I've caught two caught on a one well diving lure. on my twilight surface fishing session. Not quite going to plan, but that's okay. That's the nature of fishing. Well, that hook came out really easily. I'll see if I can get a bit better release footage this time. Sometimes the fish play the game and sometimes they don't. Oh, his gills are all flared. He's a bit strapped. A bit better than the last one. I've got a funny feeling that release footage is going to look like that fish died, but I'll give you my 100% guarantee it won't have. Trout cod, I've seen yellow belly do it as well. You let him go and they just lay there for, sometimes you've got him, another one, three in about 5 minutes, 3 tiny little trout cod. Isn't it a trout cod? Yes, another tiny trout cod. That's 3 in 5 minutes. That's 2 in 2 casts. They're going off tap. Trout cod central here. I'm going to put him back in the water while I get my pliers. The other one was just nipped in the side of the gill, so he would have swum away just fine, but this one's a little bit more complex. I can't believe it. 3 in 3 casts, 3 in about 5 minutes. 2 in 2 casts, wow. So far none of my releases have gone to plan. Let's see if this one does. He done the same thing. He swam down there and thought he was dead, and then he took off at 100 mile an hour once he realised he was free. This is insane. I was hoping to get 1 or 2 buffs, and I've caught 3 cod before the sun's even left the treetops. Well, now I can guarantee that all 3 of those trout cod have swam away just fine, even if the release footage doesn't tend to show that. Gotta get right over under that tree over there, I reckon. It's a bit too far over. God, something's hit that. Dead again, got him. He hit it 3 times, that cast. Is that trout cod number 4? It's a Murray cod, this one, is it? Yeah, yes, it's a Murray, this one. The biggest fish of the night. Oh, I don't know. It's a Murray. So I've got 3 trout cod and 1 Murray cod in the space of about 10 minutes. Well, let's see if the Murray cod releases goes a bit more smoothly than the trout cod release. That's more like what we expect to see. Pyong! The trout could have also played dead or thought they were dead or hooked still before swimming off. The Murray cod was just off like Nana's undies. I can't believe this. This is actually quite intense. But 4, I've caught 4 cod. They're all small. There's another touch. And again, got him. And it hit a snag. It had a touch just before it hit that snag. A whack, then it hit the snag. I don't want to lose this lure because it's catching me lots of fish, but I've got a funny feeling this is going to get a bit deep. Something tapped it. Oh. Geez, they dive down deep, these things. Got it. I don't know whether me moving in here will spook the fish I just hit the lure or not, but it definitely got him. I told you I had a straw. Oh, I done him. I've hooked 5 fish. He was only another little fish of around 30 centimetres or so, but that's 5 fish that I've hooked. This is just incredible. When I was a kid, fishing this very river, I grew up here, and fishing this river, you'd be lucky to catch 1 or 2 cod per year. I would never, as a kid, I would never have thought that the day would come where I could just duck down right on twilight and just hook 4 or 5 cod in a quarter of an hour. Well, if I go over here in the fast water, trout cod love fast water. Oh, there's a buff. He got him. Oh, he hit it twice. I lifted the rod tip on the second buff. The second time he hit it, I thought he had it. Got him! Oh yes, he's a good fish too. Oh, good fish. Whoa, this is a good fish. This is a decent fish. This is a proper trout cod. I haven't got my tape measure. I haven't got a camera to get a photo because I'm travelling so light. Look at this for a trout cod. That's probably a... I'll just drag him up here on the damp ground. That's got to be at least a fat 55 centimetre trout cod on the Berrimbar, whatever it's called, surface lure. I'll tell you all about that shortly. I just unhook him. I'll try and get a photo with my camera because it does take stills. My DJI action camera because it does take stills, and then I'll get him back. That is a proper trout cod. There you go, mate. I was going to hold him up and show, there he goes. I was going to hold him up and show the camera, but he done the old death roll and got out of my hand, ripped me thumb, you can't really see that, ripped me thumb to shreds. I've got a decent dose of cod thumb, and it's well worth it. What an absolute ripper. A fat 55 centimetre trout cod off the surface. I will take that any day. Well folks, I'm back at the car. My battery went flat not long after releasing that big trout cod, and I didn't have a spare battery with me because I was travelling so light. Now for anybody wondering whether trout cod fight as hard as a Murray cod, trout cod fight probably 3 times. A trout cod would tow a Murray cod backwards in a tug of war. That trout cod was probably 55 centimetres, and I reckon it fought every bit as hard as a 75 or 80 centimetre Murray cod, if not harder. They fight like mad. Folks, I've had a blast tonight. So many more fish than I thought I was going to catch. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed filming it. And if you have, why not give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.